in their approach, make sure that everything is covered. And already we're actually swapping the sides that we started on as well. So let's see if they up the tempo.
Oh, man, JonahP, he's there on a trap. You see the alarm bot plays contact. He swings out. The timing's just off. He's not able to find.
He might re-clear for info. Yep.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
So that's so much space gained, and also obviously getting the pick off on Forsaken. And once again, Saya going for his patented sewers peak. Doesn't find too much, but a little bit of damage, and again, confirms where the hit's coming from.
Well, if the first time it doesn't work, perhaps you swing again, but the Trailblazer and the Paranoia were a bit too much. As he eventually falls, now we see Jinggg start to turn online, push his way forward, establish control for a short, and try to make his way onto the site. And PRX have done just fine.
And even when they have the information there, you could see what was Trent looking at. And they try to get off on site as well with JonahP's flashes, but you just have Jinggg running at you like a madman, and that's the sort of thing that will catch you unawares. That's the sort of thing that did get them that win on this map against DRX.
You have to remember, this has been a disappointing start for both of these squads, right?
Absolutely.
As we mentioned at the beginning, a #1 seed in both of these teams find themselves in an elimination match
multiple times to make it to towards the first seed. So only just a Marshall bot, but there's a lot of presence here from the Guard inside of Garage. And they just smoke to make it look like they're crossing towards A, but it actually is going to be a full-on C hit from the looks of it. And there's a lot of presence here. They could retake way faster than PRX could expect.
We've got the Trailblazer and the smoke, the Paranoia, the dash, it's all there. They've taken the space. You mentioned the retake and how quickly it could come because of how close they were. But so far it's been quiet. Sayaplayer still making his way over. And now they choose to push forward. And while Jinggg gladly welcomes them. Are they expecting to push down long though?
Yeah, but Net just has
one enemy remaining.
So what can you do?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot he can do there.
The person I would have loved to have there would have been Saya, but that's also not the best play because you're lurking with a Marshall. Ooh. Okay, let's see what you got.
Oh! That was gross!
We've seen so many Marshall. PRX is a team that last year, when they came to Masters Berlin, they were using that for experience. This time around, that first game, definitely not what they wanted, and they expect to actually post a result here in Reykjavik. valyn already rotating really early, going to get the heal from Trent, just by getting spammed through the garage door. And that leaves a little opening for Net here, and his utility is not actually being used on the C site.
Forsaken having to updraft and try to get away while Benkai falls. You hear the Seekers have come on through to try to establish control into Garage. The Paranoia out through C is going to clear the way, and Forsaken waltzes his way in.
You're nothing.
And PRX, they're just putting quite a number on the Guard here.
They're picking him apart. I mean, peeking through Garage there. And I said at the beginning of this, actually, that you would expect them to be covering these types of things. That's the fundamentals that they were so good at throughout their run in North America. Right now, Doug, I'm already starting to feel a little indifferent about the way that you're seeing some of these guys play. From valyn at the beginning of that round, leaving Garage because of the spam. And then also the setup from Net as the retake goes. 2 versus 2, actually.
Trent's just so weak.
Player standing.
Doable.
Mindfreak has gotten himself in a pretty tough spot. He's not able to convert. Bala, PRX found the openings that they needed to. You mentioned that they were picking the Guard apart, but they take the site right back.
And there was a lot of time right there where there was nothing.
They've got 2 short and 2 long. Imagine they're going to try to set something up and see if Saya can get an opener. Flash should give some position away. My goodness, look at that. Utility just litters your screens. And Jinggg boldly pushes his way forward and then dismisses out.
What is that?
Here.
They finally pick him off, but they're still going to challenge. Mindfreak gets another 2, and Trent continues to trade.
He's still healthy. Mindfreak playing
the
Rolling Thunder right up in front. Mindfreak pushes his way in right past it. It's a 2v2.
And they're still fighting over a lobby this entire round for 40 seconds so far.
They're still right up on top of each other. Net's on the other side of the site. It's going to fall down to a 1v1.
He just now returned his turret as well, so he's not going to have that to actually peek, but it doesn't matter. He's going for the flank anyways. Benkai has to feel this out. Has his camera too, though. Yep, gonna place it. he's not actually pushing or finding any new information here. Just kind of waiting for a peek to come in from sewers or long.
Net is caught instantly. Both Sentinels in a position to win the round for their teams. The turret's up, provides some contact and a little bit of damage onto Benkai as he repositions, forcing Net to take the initiative, and he's gonna have to do it. Benkai's there, he's waiting, he lands the shots, and he gets the kill for PRX.
And Ollie advanced, just slightly misses his target and leaves a gap. Flash and
Set up
dash.
Sayaplayer, yeah, he's got the Blade Storm, but the Paranoia pushes him back.
That's a great reaction. The dog as well, he's dead.
And the Leer, everything. That guy never had a chance.
We were talking so much about how the Leer was useless in a lot of instances. And there you find exactly why, but this is obviously an anti-eco. Tried to get something from the knives though from Sayaplayer. Nothing actually found.
I know exactly where you are.
Narrow Theft comes through. Information gained, and Jinggg just continues to farm.
Yeah, he is insane right now. Also,
Enemy remaining.
to note the fact that Guard actually went for something there on the eco round from them with just the knives. This tournament, when it comes to these surprises that we keep seeing, it's all about those eco round performances, how many thrifties each team individually is getting and resisting in certain instances. PRX doing a great job there.
And full armor across the board, and on the side of PRX there is op. It's going to be in the hands of Forsaken. It looks like he wants to challenge long, but no one's going to give him an angle.
The last round as well, remember that Trailblazer that cleared back Sayaplayer. Got to give props to Divide for that one. Jingg's going to have a lot of space to clear, and Net is here after rotating his utility off from the B side, off of the C side. What does that mean actually for the defense, though? It actually means that he's alone here, and Trent and JonahP have to really cover up the B side in the garage. And that leaves a numbers advantage on the actual site.
There goes Timmy.
He's got the lockdown. And because there's no breach, he could use it in a lot of different places. No Sova either. Really nothing to counter the lockdown.
He's set up for it. Thinks twice about it, expecting the push to come through, and it doesn't. And there comes the lockdown.
Spike planted.
They have to fall back so far from this. I'm looking for... He already used both of his mollies, so don't worry about this corner. Love the flash delay a little bit more, but it's responded with the fault line of their own. The Seekers too to deny even more space.
PRX is also flanking around through B, so if they're going to get the site back, they're going to have to do it very quickly. But the delay, there's so much smoke, there's so much work to have to
Kind of planted for them.
JonahP in a decent spot. If he spots anything, no.
The reflect as well.
Enemy remaining.
Benkai, my goodness, he just snaps. 3 kills in the round.
The crazy. If they can get a couple flanks off, if PRX goes all the way up towards C, that's going to be good. But that cage might actually bait out even more utility here from the Guard. No, just pistols. They're going to try to walk through potentially. For the Trailblazer.
Yeah. You mentioned the Trailblazer, the Leer, the Paranoia. There's nobody home. PRX efficiently take the site. And that's already fallen. We have to remember that the Guard didn't bring much to this fight. But it doesn't seem like this is going to be one of those magical thrifty rounds that we've had in this tournament.
Flawless.
Very clean. Prime Gaming flawless from PRX.
My ult.
So now on the gun round, JonahP has his Rolling Thunder again. We could use that to retake. For once, actually, we have Sayaplayer set up with the op over towards a long. And they're going to re-clear through sewers with the Trailblazer, but looking for Forsaken at the same time. He's being aggressive by himself.
Wow, Forsaken's the kind of player, too, that draws eyes, right? Like,
Absolutely.
as a team, you're willing to invest more than one player.
The Seekers used right away to clear a lobby because of how often Guard has been paying towards here. And it actually pushes off Sayaplayer.
Well, they know the op is here now, and they continue to push into it.
It's a leg.
First shot misses. Excuse me, he hits him up, and my goodness, this is an excellent response out of the Guard.
The ult, though, from mindfreak, that could be massive. He's inside already.
That's a spike.
Spike down A.
Forsaken still has his op.
Last player
Mindfreak is here
standing.
too. Just Forsaken. Op battle goes in favor of Sai as he gets to 3. The Guard get to 2.
And just now was more that type of style, but going for an early peek, mindfreak could be a massive find for Sayaplayer.
It's a similar setup. It's the fault line, and then he swings off of that. You see they're patient for it. Sayaplayer did not take any damage, so he's healthy. He's okay.
I have to say, that type of discipline for mindfreak to immediately spam that double door and find that peak is not at all what we saw yesterday.
Rolling Thunder used to delay to keep PRX mid. Oh, and the Leer and the Flash nets in a world of hurt, but Sayaplayer's there! He gets 2 massive kills. Net gets 2 of his own.
Down mid.
Here we go.
They test the waters in Garage. And the Guard with a very nice setup. It looked like Net was going to be in a world of hurt, but a Prime Gaming flawless comes.
Discipline that mindfreak has shown so far,
Yep.
at least even in that round, completely unlike what we saw.
Again, the fault line today, main side peak short. And PRX continue to push towards C. The Paranoia is going to delay things a bit, but is countered by Paranoia of their own and the Leer that we've seen many a time. This time the Guard seems to be holding up okay, but Forsaken not satisfied with how the round has gone so far. He's going to be able to go back, pick up the spike, and look at Benkai. Look at Benkai. Saya there with the blades. Takes Benkai's head off.
That's just unbelievable awareness from Sayaplayer. And Forsaken was already starting to make the rotate back over towards it. I think Benkai even knew that this was potentially going to go awry the way that he's trying to wide swing that angle. The Seeker gives up the position too, and Saya's already here. Way deep out. But not choosing to swing. Still a lot of utility here for Trent actually to respond. Oh.
He's got plenty of info at this point. Now understands what's on the other side. Sayaplayer tries to go up. Not able to land any shots. Forsaken on the back foot, having to reposition. The tap is there for Saya as he pulls off. And he's so patient. There's really not a whole lot Forsaken can do though. Once again, on the tap, the spam through smoke. He's able to get one. Saya,
no more smoke.
Half. He's so weak. Another tap, Forsaken with the Blade Storm. First, shoulder. The second, the Blades not landing. The Vandal, he has to reload.
You saw the op come out.
It's a game of chicken, and Forsaken does it! The 4K, the Red Bull clutch!
They're trusting in Trent, and that's a great thing to see.
Here.
But again, in that final 2v1, a lot of time for them to actually just take the fight to him.
Again, keep note of how many 1v1s, 1v2s go which way and how that'll play out. As the teams like PRX once again decide they want to explore Garage. They get a couple openers, they're traded back though.
Forsaken's position, the back of sight here is going to be really hard to clear, especially coming from Garage, but he's not looking.
Mindfreak is back sight.
That's covering for him.
Back long. He wants to push his way forward. Mindfreak's able to get one, but now his position's been given away. The swing out off the flash. It's too clean for JonahP as he gets 4.
Second half.
You mentioned busted economy for Paper X.
Yeah,
2 Spectres,
busted.
2 Sheriffs. The Guard looking to get us to a 5-7 half.
Haven't really explored this B site that often except for flanks. They're going to do just that now.
And dashing forward off the flash as he's able to take care of Net. But the leader for the Guard is able to trade it back. Rolling Thunder's going to keep him at bay, and it hits 3, it hits 4, I believe, but Benkai works his way up long. Now the Neural Theft is going to give everything away. As Trent and Sayaplayer, the 2 that remain. Trent's fallen. It all falls onto Sayaplayer with the op. It's not going to happen. The Reyna continues to cause problems as PRX on the Guard's map pick. Now the Guard on attack. Let's see if they can find some more success.
I do really like their attack side, but this is an uphill battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've seen how aggressive Paper X can be towards that A side of the map. They're continuing the exact same thing, and right away the Guard is reading into that. Pushing into the C site. Got ourselves a 5v5 retake.
Yeah, Mindfreak was playing back C, feels pressure, rotates through.
Somebody has to help Net here. They know exactly what's going on. They just broke some utility. The turret now down 2. There's nobody here to help Net.
But does he need it? Does he need it if he can? Oh, they're going to know where he is. Yeah, a double peek swings through. You're absolutely right. He just falls apart. JonahP, now the next line of defense on this 3-man flank.
He might be able to delay for the fault line, and this is a huge lane to go up.
JonahP repositions. The Paranoia is out as it's going to be countered backside, and now the rest of PRX push their way up along. JonahP, the flash! It's great. It's a great shot, but that's all it's going to be. Trent's in a 1v3.
Full defuse.
That a 1v2, and yeah, Forsaken looks to stick it. He had to go aggressive, and he had no choice. Too many targets. PRX gets 9.
Dude, the fact that Devi caught him, though, he almost... He doesn't have anything right now. 2,000 credits as well. I think he might have just forgotten there. or potentially saving.
Forsaken just so close to spotting ahead. Has to dash backwards, eventually falls. Now we see that the force up is there, but PRX have gotten 2 big kills.
Yeah, already shutting it down. Look at Valyn's HP too. He got shot up through that smoke.
Yep.
And if they can't stop exactly that, this is already over in a sense.
Yeah, this is a massive problem for the North American representatives. They're going to try to
spotted all 3. He just spotted all 3.
Yeah, the flash, it doesn't affect him at all. There's a second,
Enemy remaining.
and he just cleans him up.
Down.
Love the patience too there for him not to use the paranoia in that moment to give up his position, because they could have easily just fell back, and then all the surprise factor gone.
I'm still hungry.
And now that they forced the case to get an op in the next round, if they won the force, but just can't quite sell that idea to me, given the scoreline.
Forsaken has to dash away, but not without taking the
They're so
opposing
aggressive.
Jett down.
I mean, what is this?
I mean, you know you've got him on the
One
ropes,
enemy
right?
remaining.
They got him on the ropes and also got their mental in check too at this point. You got a Cypher player peeking out of garage dry. I mean,
JonahP with little to no options. May not know where he is, but ultimately Benkai gets the last. That's a 3rd on the round for him.
thing forever. On their various different squads and teams last year in VCT. This is completely unfamiliar. I mean, we've seen PRX one time at an international event. It's not like they're scouring the SCA VODs.
Look at Divine Forsaken, man. The pop flash through the smoke, but Trent with the big kill. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is taking C. Trailblazer to cover the flank.
He's giving up that space, though, just because the Trailblazer, it looks like they actually want to re-explore into garage, and I think that's a great choice, given the fact that they saw the Trailblazer come from behind.
Look at how far off Benkai's playing, too. Basically back and
He has the ult, JonahP, big ult down long.
Rolling Thunder is going to hit 3. Buys time.
Just waiting.
Waiting for their moment to strike. Now they creep forward. The paranoia is going to delay even longer. Excellent out of Valyn, but you know the hit's coming. It's just inevitable. It's just a matter of time, and the guard stuffs it.
There's this big reason turning up in those final matches to qualify here for Iceland. He's the IGL and a controller player, but
Same play.
outside of garage.
Same play.
Oh,
Pop
the
flash,
dash.
the dash, but this time.
That's gorgeous, man. That's just unbelievable gorgeous.
See if Sayaplayer find a little bit of his own as he dashes back sight. But the Leer causes problems again.
And there's no smokes to actually follow up.
Oh, they're going to rotate out, but you've got to be careful because, yes, Forsaken has already gotten his way into spawn, and he's got the blades. They're not expecting him. He swings around, dashes back, eventually falls a 2v2 for the round.
And hey, I feel like we've seen this round just from the other side.
Yeah.
This time, though, there's no Jett to receive. That was Sayaplayer in the first half. And it's going to be the exact same situation, except now, PRX coming on the flank. That alarm bot, if he gets back over towards sewers, it's going to come back up. And if they both try to flank,
Placing swarm grenade.
that could be huge for Net, but they're not going to. It's just Jinggg. He could also TP past, but they're both aware.
First smoke, alarm bot gives his position away, and JonahP's waiting for
Enemy
it.
remaining.
Great shot.
It all falls onto Jinggg. An opportunity to clutch this out and essentially put a nail in the guard's coffin, at least on Haven. He's got to explore where they are. They have no idea. JonahP patient swings out at just the right time to land the 3rd kill of the round.
Okay. One thing I've been really, really happy with from the guard, which I think they're actually leaning away from, specifically because of the way that PRX plays the safe side, has been their conditioning towards A-Long.
Yeah.
In their game against Optic, it was constant trading of utility. Through the cage.
Great opener, and they don't stop to get the orb down C long. They just go with 3 players 1 point away, decide that the prize is bigger on the site. Trent manages to get in and gets the spike down. A 4-man retake coming out for PRX. Flash, cloudburst, dash. There it is, and he finds the opener onto Saya.
There's a secret.
Forsaken gets another. The Seekers come out. Forsaken's been such a problem, and now Jinggg is here too.
Wait, what's this
Lockdown comes out.
He's sticking.
valyn's got to push forward.
The molly.
Mindfreak.
He broke it.
He's gotten it that far,
enemy
but
remaining.
Forsaken still back sight.
He can have time to this.
Oh,
he has
valyn's
time.
not going to be able to swing out in time, but he stops it. In the last second, he stops it.
And that'll claw at your head. I think, though, now that we're in the lower bracket, I mean, maybe we'll see those types of same collapse. Well, it wasn't that
Look at Forsaken.
He's just
Creeping forward.
I thought he was going to peek again.
I think he took 2 shots.
Oh, JonahP has been unreal this game. For a guy that's played 6 different agents heading into Reykjavik. And Breach was not even really in his repertoire until they went towards this comp on Haven. And he's got the ult back again. Like we saw with PRX. Like we saw anytime, actually, any Breach player plays on this map. It's such a main focus to get his ults up as many times as possible on this attacking side. But once again, dude, they are completely avoiding this A side. Net just putting his alarm bot down, waiting to see if they're actually going to spring anything.
Yeah, and if you're the guard here to continue to talk about that Rolling Thunder, you want to try to get through this round without using it, if at all possible. Carry it into the next round. You know you're at a deficit with, as far as the rounds go, but PRX is going to be able to buy the next round. You want to be able to continue
30 seconds
to
left.
balloon that advantage that you're going to have as far as resources go. Another long stroll out for PRX, as it seems like the retake attempt is going to be coming in from a couple of different angles, but given how the guard have set up,
There.
it seems like they've dotted all their I's, they've crossed all their T's.
Another smoke landing as well on spawn. That looks like just covering everything. Ooh, that's a defensive smoke from mindfreak for them to actually pop out, but the spray deters that. And at this point, not enough time. They're going to try to get a couple kills on their way out.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, try to get whatever they can. Devi is the last one there. And he falls with a flash.
This time, though, look at where the alarm bot is focused. Look at where their attention is turned towards. A fault line for very long to deny any play into it. And again, valyn with the aggressive smoke.
But they've done this so many times. They flash, they pop flash right out, and
They're
there
not
it
there,
is
though.
with the paranoia too. So they invest the utility. Devi pushes forward, and he takes care of Trent. The counter paranoia is there, but Jinggg has shown up.
Down A.
And now Devi can continue to push forward as well. The Seeker's coming through.
By himself. mindfreak has to get here fast.
They've got to handle this very quickly. Mindfreak flash still gets the kill onto JonahP. Net left alone in a 1v3.
I got the spot.
Even if he gets this kill on the mindfreak, Benkai is here to deny. And Forsaken was on the flank too. Nets, unfortunately, not going to pull any heroic thing. Look at Jinggg and Forsaken. They've got something cooked up here. Forsaken's on the top of the box inside of B, so he's guarding the window for Jinggg to walk out mid. But the guard fast over towards the A site, and Forsaken has to switch gears.
Jingg's running fast too. Look at him. He's already gotten back into A main. And I don't know that
Trent.
they're going to expect it. They're not expecting it, but the turret's there. It doesn't matter. He lands one. And now they know that there's a snake behind enemy lines, and they have to take care of the pressure behind them. The Lear to swing out, patient, but Net cleans him up. What a response. Numbers, the guard. Patiently waiting as he takes care of Forsaken. He's going to have an opportunity at mindfreak. Unable to capitalize as somehow PRX have gotten it back to a 2v2. valyn pushing forward, cleans him up. It's all on to Benkai, and it's not going to happen this time. The guard lived
That
slow start.
since then,
They're
back
gonna
up.
they're going to go fast down C long.
Sai did this.
The paranoia, the flash, the dash out. He's got the blades, but they wait. They're patient. They don't check Trent. What a response from the guard. They knew it was coming.
They continue though. Wow, just completely shut down. And that's the type of play that we actually saw Saya and the guard play yesterday as well.
Gorgeous.
And it gets shut down here. PRX still fighting into this though. Again, their economy low. Anything they could bite into the bank makes these rounds harder for the guard.
That's already two.
Got your trail.
You just turn on the Empress. The Seekers are there. My goodness.
Yo, Jinggg is crazy, man. I've
he's
never
a
seen
lunatic,
something
bro.
like that.
Spike
He's a
planted.
lunatic. Benkai with nothing but a sheriff.
Telling a bedtime story.
No way in at all as the guard get to 10.
Look out.
The guard have managed to work their way up to double digits. Still have a couple of key ultimates to work with. Again, you can see Forsaken wanted to go, man. He's got the operator and he hits 2! Oh, now he repositions, goes up top. No way, this is how Haven ends.
C.
Forsaken just puts the map on his back.
Last player
He just takes over at the end of the day, but perhaps VALORANT can do it. In a 1v3, the smoke provides cover, understands there's an op over his left shoulder now.
It's going to be valyn versus Jinggg.
Versus the rest of PRX, and it's not going to happen. The
Defenders
guard's
win.
map pick